Welcome back to Risque Business News. I'm your host, May.
And I'm Laura. And what the fuck are we talking about today?
Oh boy, we have a lot of topics today. It's been a while since we've seen each other, so
I know.
hello.
Guys, we pre-recorded a bunch of episodes. Did you notice? And then we were off last week because it was the day of our Lord of Labor.
Yes.
Or Memorial. I always mix them up.
Labor.
It was Labor? Labor. So now we're back.
Yes.
And we're going to cover some of these topics.
Oh wow, we're going to cover
Depends
a
on
lot.
how far into the rabbit holes we go.
Okay, so we have a lot of like serious-ish and then also fluff topics today. We did a little mix. We are chatting a PR plan that has been leaked for Travis and Taylor to break up by the end of September.
Whoa.
Yeah, so
Wait,
that's...
I haven't seen this.
Yeah, it's been on my
I'm
TikTok.
excited.
It's probably fake, to be honest with you, but we'll dive
I mean,
into
I
it.
love the date of it. I love it. It's like
Yeah.
ominous.
It's like specifically September 28th or something like that.
Oh my God. It's September 8th when we're recording. So
We'll see.
stay tuned.
European influencers are being used to push pro-Trump propaganda on fake X accounts.
Saw this.
So that'll be fun too. Mr. Mark Zuckerberg is apologizing to everyone for censorship. We'll talk about that a little bit.
Don't care because he's hot now. So carry
Yeah,
on.
he is hot now.
weird.
Hunter B.
What's he up to?
No, he's actually getting some like real big boy consequences. Big boy consequences right now. So that
Sure.
not ideal. He needs a fucking movie. Can we just say that?
Cannot wait for that.
Robots.
Also kind of hot. We'll say that. Okay.
Yeah. Robots
Also hot. Just kidding. I
could
don't know.
be. Now they have skin that
Oh!
moves. We'll talk about that. And we're going to wrap it up with a little bit about a beluga whale that has been found murdered. We'll talk about why. This is the craziest episode. All right.
Okay, enjoy.
Let's get into it.
Where's the money? I don't understand how you make money
Hold
from
on.
that, though.
2 stand-up comics in New York City.
Just learned a lot of this stuff. I'm gonna ask all the stupid questions that you might be thinking at home, but are afraid to ask people.
Making it to where you feel like you're too stupid to be able to ever engage in it, they win.
Why the fuck are they doing this?
It's to make money. It's risque business news.
The beluga whale that got murdered. Do we start there? Just kidding.
Do you want to start?
Yeah, let's start at the beluga whale
Okay.
that got murdered. Because you had my interest piqued. Whose wife did the beluga fuck in order to get itself on a hit list?
Well,
Oh,
okay.
You say well, like it did fuck.
No,
Now I'm really listening.
So there was this beluga whale named Vladimir, which I guess Vlad is how there's an HVALD.
Oh, like Nordic.
Yeah, that's how you say whale in Nordic. But then they.
I was just in Norway, guys.
Oh yeah, you were in Norway.
Yeah, did not see a beluga whale
No,
because they were murdered.
that's what the fucking murderer would say. Obviously.
Oh, oh no!
But,
What did I do?
Anyway, oh my gosh, burped so much in the microphone. Sorry. It was but it was called Vladimir because it's meshing with Vladimir Putin. That's how they named it.
no.
Yeah. So the beluga whale was found dead in a bay in southern Norway last week.
Wait, that's where I was.
Yeah, you fucking killed it.
I was genuinely there. I was camping against my will.
So they suspect that it was killed deliberately by gunshot wounds.
Oh my God, that's such an American thing to do. Guys, did I go shoot this whale?
You did it.
Oh no.
They said that it was not a natural death. Okay.
Dude, what?
Yeah. So apparently it was being used as like Russian spy shit, I guess.
Oh, they like connected, like when they used those balloons. Remember the Russian spy balloon?
Oh my God, remember those spy balloons? That was crazy.
This is the Russian whale balloon.
Yeah.
Russian whale drone.
I also saw a
Underwater.
headline. It was like, this is all I read about it, but there was some like Navy base that's protected by dolphins in
Oh.
Russia. And I guess it's not that rare either.
What?
I don't know.
We should look more into that
We should.
because what the fuck are you talking about?
But
Do they have like little AKs connected to them?
I don't know. They probably just have trackers. I genuinely
Yeah,
have
it
no
must
idea.
just be like cameras or something.
I guess so.
But I like to think that they're shooting things.
But it is widely believed that he escaped captivity in Russian waters. Many point to the label on his camera harness and his responsiveness to humans. They believe that he was involved in espionage.
So they had to kill him?
They fucking
You couldn't
killed
just
him.
put him into SeaWorld, which is probably worse than death?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Here's an idea. What about this? Why don't you just take the fucking camera off him?
Good idea. Also that.
What about that idea?
You can't waterboard him. This is great.
They just fucking shot him up.
Also, in
Also,
Norway.
who's they? Us?
Who is they?
I don't know.
Because it was found in Norway, and I don't think Norwegians have guns.
No, they probably don't have guns. I don't even think the fucking police officers have
Things
guns.
are, by the
just
way,
have, like,
Norway's
batons.
so expensive.
Oh, crazy.
I went there expecting, like, because they're, like, socialist or whatever, or adjacent to socialism.
Mm-hmm.
So I was expecting, like, a decent time, you know? I was like,
Yeah.
oh, it'll be easy going. 25 United States Eastern Standard Time dollars for fish soup.
No.
For fish soup.
Ugh.
$25.
That was terrible.
I did not know what to say.
I can't do it.
That's what I mean, but then I had to eat.
Yeah.
So then I was like, how are these folks eating?
I don't know.
Made me very confused. I don't understand you, Norway. You're beautiful, though. A lot of waterfalls. I got sick of how many waterfalls I saw.
Ugh.
I was like,
It's
how
enough already.
How have I seen too many waterfalls?
Terrible.
It was really pretty.
Oh my god, my burp again. I think this baby is taking up all the room in my stomach, and so I get like one.
You get one burp.
Yeah, I get one burp. I've also been getting full so fast. I'm like, what is the benefit? I thought I was going to be starving, and I thought I was going to be able to eat tons of food. I like have no room.
Well, that's because your stomach's still tiny, and you're like 1 billion months along.
I'm like 1 billion months along.
She should be here, and she just looks full.
I just look full.
That's why you have no room to eat.
It's kind of crazy.
Have you talked to your doctor about this?
I just went the other day. They said
like,
it was fine.
Good to go.
Yeah, they were like all good. Also, they do this thing called the nip test, and it's
It's fun for them.
yeah, right.
It's just like a little thing we do as a
just
treat
like,
for
it's
us.
like tweak the nips. No, they do this thing called the nip test, and it tests for like, you know, Down syndrome and stuff like that. And every time I go in there, they keep asking me, they're like, did you do the nip test? I'm like, you tell me.
Yeah, that's your job.
And then so I finally
check the chart.
Yeah, I asked the doctor. I was like, do I have the nip test done? And they were like, yes. And I was like, well, why do people here keep asking me that?
Yeah, well,
I don't know.
What was their answer?
They were like,
we are
I don't.
poorly organized.
Yes.
We run on a shared Google Doc.
They were basically like, I have no idea. They should know that. Anyway, the baby's healthy. It has 5 fingers, 5 toes each.
That's big.
Yeah.
Honestly, of the things to miss, it's not a bad one.
It's really not that bad. Yeah, if it came out with like a little nub. That's okay. Kind of cute.
Fine. Be kind of cute.
Yeah.
Cute. Fun nickname. It's cool.
Nubs.
You'd be an influencer right away.
Oh, yeah. So anyway.
Nowadays, if you have something wrong with you, you become a social media influencer immediately.
Oh, that's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
Nubs.
Little nubby Normand.
Nubby. Come on, exactly. Like how I would watch that shit.
Yeah.
It's too bad this kid has 5 fingers and toes. It's a bummer. Okay, what were you talking about? With this
you
beluga
know
whale?
what? He's not out of the woods. Maybe he'll have some weird.
That's a good point.
Maybe he'll have some weird deformity.
You hear that, Van? Or whatever. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. I am really nervous about his head. You know how babies get those gross heads now?
Yeah.
They get the flat heads on the back because
But that goes away.
yeah, but you have to get a helmet and all this crazy shit.
Oh.
And Mark's wicked anti-helmet. You know how Mark gets. He thinks that it's a racket and that they're trying to like exploit vulnerable parents that have money, and so he's like, oh, they're like, oh, you have to put the
Not
helmet
worth
on
the
or else
risk.
kid's
I'll
gonna
say
have-"
it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I'm not gonna be a guinea pig with my fucking kid.
No, go get some science done on that.
Well, let me tell you something. Oh, it's so frustrating that now the rules are you have to put your kid on your back. I'm like, when I was younger, I never had a weird fucking head because I just slept.
Oh, it's because you sleep on your back.
Yeah.
Man, we should do a specific baby racket. Like things that
Yeah.
are a racket while having a baby episode.
Right.
Deliberately on that. Because it's
Yeah.
good for me to learn.
Oh, there's so many things that are a racket. It's crazy. The head
There
thing.
seems to be a lot of milk accessories.
So
I've been buying a lot of
many.
stuff for people's baby showers right now, and I'm like, does it need to be like decanted? Like why are there so many elements?
It does need to be decanted.
What,
but
like,
no, not literally.
okay.
But
I
it
mean, I
does-
said this is a bit, but like genuinely, I'm like maybe, maybe you need to decant the wine or the milk,
the milk,
the breast milk.
You have to literally like, you have to like fucking put it under like red UV and all this crazy shit.
Yeah,
It's,
exactly.
like, insane.
The amount, it's like literally like you're opening a lab.
Yeah.
When I look at this stuff off of whatever bedbathandbeyond.com, I'm looking at the different things. I'm like, how? This is shaking the milk and stuff like that. It's
Right.
literally like a chemistry lab.
No, you can't shake it. Everyone knows this. You have to swirl it.
excuse me.
Otherwise,
Sorry.
they're going to get gas bubbles, and then you got to take their feet and do the little
Yeah, God for but that's
the
so
bicycle,
cute.
and then they go.
Is that what we should be doing with us?
Probably.
Probably would work.
It
Next
probably
time Matthew's
would.
gassy, I'm gonna be like, all right, time for big bicycle.
I get so many videos of babies just having the funniest sounding farts at the end. It's amazing.
Wow, we are in different algorithms. Okay.
Yeah, my algorithm sucks right now. It's all baby shit. I'm like, what the fuck? I want to learn about propaganda.
Yeah. Well, listen, you're doing well with this beluga whale. I had not heard of it.
Yeah.
So they shot the beluga whale.
Yes, they did.
Rather than like removing the camera, they went straight. That does feel like the United States of America got involved there.
I just assume maybe that's very like United States centrist of me or whatever people do, or they think we're involved in everything. But I'm like, that's us.
Scandinavians shoot whales too. How dare you?
No, dude, that's got us.
That's got us written all over it.
Oh
That's
yeah,
for
that
sure.
stinks
Us.
to high heaven of U.S. All right, so there is a rumor going around that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, they're coming to a close. That's the rumor.
Way. There's no way.
So there was a rumor. It stemmed out to what appears to be a fraudulent leaked document that was purportedly created by Kelsey's PR team, Full Scope. So the document suggested that the romance will end September 28th of 2024.
Wow.
So basically it was like a media plan for his exit with her. And it's like supposed to be like so that they have like a smooth transition and both of their reputations don't get hurt
That's nice.
You know what though? Here's the thing. I don't think that this was real because it's just too convenient. Like that it would get leaked. I think that their teams are smarter than that. But I do think that celebrities in general have a plan in case they're like, listen, he's dating the most popular woman in the fucking world. They could break up. Like any couple could break up. We got to make sure our client looks good in
Think
this.
of it this way. How many jobs does even Travis Kelce employ? Or let's even go Taylor Swift. 1,000?
At least.
At least, probably. Like, and then Tangential. Like, she's genuinely a company.
Oh, yeah.
And if you're a company and you're merging with another major mega brand, you need to have a plan. It would be irresponsible for them to not have a backup plan.
It would be
like,
crazy.
I like to think, the romantic in me likes to think that they are having some sort of real relationship to as much as these people in this kind of environment can have a real relationship.
Yeah.
But of course they're going to have a plan. Like if they decide to break up, okay, what do we do?
100%.
What was in the plan though?
It was
Like what was why September 28th? Should I know something about that date? Was Travis like going to play a really specifically hard football team? He's going to lose because she's got all her money on the Packers.
It was like basically the PR team would craft carefully worded announcements and manage media coverage. So it was like a bunch of like pre-written things to say to newspapers, things to say to media outlets, that
Someone
kind of
just
thing.
chat GPT'd a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
And put it in a doc and was like, well, this tweet's going to go viral and we're going to get paid 18 United States dollars.
Yeah.
There's probably some like farm in India.
Right.
Content farming.
I guess they've been together for like almost a year now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is
And they seem very happy. I mean,
do.
like as much as I just see a picture of the two of them standing together, not looking miserable. And I'm like, look at that.
Wow.
They're in love.
They look so much happier than Ben Affleck and Jen
Yes.
Lopez.
But it's just
Jen.
like you could paint any picture of a couple you possibly want. If someone took a picture of Matthew and I throughout the course of our day, periods of time, I'm at just like at Starbucks, just like pissed off that they don't have decaf coffee. I'm like, God damn it. And everyone's like, wow, they're on the rocks.
They're on the rocks.
I'm like, no, I was angry about a fully different thing.
Oh, yeah. Well,
know?
I'm always fucking chirping Mark's head off about something. I'm like, and another thing about fucking RFK and this and that. And then they're putting the pesticides in our food. And yeah, I'm like, but like you can
You're
clip,
fired up.
yeah, like you could clip a photo of me like yelling about God knows what. And just be like, here she is yelling at him and he's looking bored again.
They're on the outs.
They're on the outs.
But their outfits look great. That's the big takeaway. Travis and Taylor today looks great.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
they
has
better.
stepped up her outfits. I mean
she
whoever her
hired
stylist is.
Yeah,
Is
exactly.
stepping up the outfits.
This literal professional.
Yeah, they're doing a great job.
Absolutely.
You know whose stylist sucks? I think she famously doesn't have one though. Is Blake Lively's. Have you seen this? Have you seen any of the Blake
Why on
Lively
earth?
slander?
I've
lately?
so much of it.
So
it's kind of
much.
weird.
It's very weird.
It's one of those things where I'm like, all right, relax.
I know. It's
She's fine.
Yeah. I don't know. Wait, do you want to write down the beluga whale?
Oh,
real
yeah.
Quick? Put down the beluga whale and also Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift.
Beluga whale murdered.
Beluga whale murdered. Definitely murdered. Can you believe?
Dead by America. Probs.
Definitely. I would be shocked if it wasn't America. I don't think we're ever going to find out. It's going to go unsolved.
No, who's going to talk? The mom? My son!
My son was a good boy.
Oh, Travis Kelce.
Travis and Taylor.
Trav and Tay. Wow, the first time anyone puts Travis' name first.
Yeah, right. Fucking yeah. People have been hating on Blake Lively recently, and did you see that interview where she was talking to some report? This was like years and years ago, and she was with Parker Posey. And you saw this one?
I saw this one.
Yeah. And basically, they were like, "Congrats on your bump," and she's massively pregnant. She looks way more pregnant than I do right now, and it was confirmed she was pregnant. It was like in the news, and she was like, "Congrats on your bump," and she was like, "Congrats on your little bump," and it was super weird, but. This is my theory about it, and I think it's a pretty good one. During that time, it was like right around the Me Too movement and right around the time that all these actresses were like, don't ask me about where my dress is from on the red carpet.
Right.
Don't fucking ask me.
Ask me about my work.
Ask me
my
about
body
my
of work.
And so I think she was trying to lean into that, and she just did not understand the assignment.
No, she fucked it up.
She fucked it up, and now everyone's like, that was weird. It's like, yeah, it was weird. She was trying to jump on some fucking trend, and she looked like an asshole doing it.
It was forced, and I've also heard that she's a bit insecure about her body sometimes, and I kind of get it, like a lot. I kind of love Blake, honestly, after Gossip Girl, like who wouldn't? But she's not good at acting. I think we can all agree.
I don't know.
She's pretty bad. And that's okay because she's one of the prettiest people that's ever existed on this planet. Do that. Go do that. And that's totally fine. That's basically what we've given her carte blanche to go do. And then we put her in stuff on occasion. We look at her, we go, aw,
yeah,
you're so pretty. And that's like it. So I think when she was going through like changes in her body, that kind of starts to hit on what a lot of her value has been around, which is awful.
That's interesting.
But I would imagine that would make you just hypersensitive. Plus all the hormones and shit. I was like, I don't know.
I mean, I definitely don't feel my best. I'll tell you that.
Of course.
So it's like,
and just she just was off for an interview and like trying to lean into Me Too stuff and just really fucked the whole thing up. But it's very strange because everyone's decided like, oh, she's done. Cancel her. Well, for the most mild shit.
The mob mentality is really scary, to be honest with you. It's like fucking insane. Yeah, just write her down. Why not?
I'm just gonna write her down. No, we like her still.
Blakey live. And then the other thing she said in that interview, I think there was
canceled.
Like, she was like, "Oh, so let's talk about like the outfits," and it was literally like a fashion magazine or something. Yeah. And she was like, "Would you ask the men about the outfits? I wonder if you would ask the men." It's like, yes. This is a fashion magazine.
And it was this poor reporter who like did not speak English. Yeah. She was an ESL reporter.
She's like, I don't know what the fuck's happening. I'm asking the questions that they told me to ask.
On the paper. We cleared it with your team. I don't know,
They're probably like these fucking Americans. Speaking of Europe, speaking of hot people, photos of European influencers are now being used to push pro-Trump propaganda on fake X accounts.
You know what I'm very proud of? I have been calling this out and sending and messaging group chats about this for like probably a year now.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, this is not a real woman.
Right.
This is not a real person. If you don't know what we're talking about, on X or Twitter X, these ladies will be there and they are 10 out of 10. Like supermodel gorgeous.
Yeah.
And they'll be just like, me like at the cafe like talking to people about like Trump and like being a good mom and
wearing
stuff
like MAGA hats
wearing it's thoughts. They're like MAGA AI thoughts.
Yeah.
And they will post these pictures of themselves huge. They look unbelievably beautiful. They all look like Melania Trump, like for like younger versions of her, you know what I mean? And all of the men in the comments are like, yeah, Like, let's
She
fucking-
gets it.
This is what a woman should be.
Yeah. You're like, yo, these women, well, I
It's
guess
just
they
not
are
real.
real women in Europe, but they don't have those values.
Right. No, they don't know they don't speak English, dude.
Right.
Like, I mean, they maybe do, but not really. They live in a fully different country. They don't care.
So speaking of, this article I read about it, one of them reached out to one of the real girls who is a girl in Germany.
I think we may have skipped it. So to clarify, what happened was these women in Europe these models were having their identity stolen.
Yes, but it would just be like a photo of them like at the beach in a bikini, and then someone somewhere, Russia, somewhere, I don't know, they would put their image, and then they would like if I was wearing this sweatshirt, they would put like MAGA on the sweatshirt.
Yeah.
And then write some caption about how, they're trying to support Trump or whatever. And a lot of the captions had broken English, which is really funny that all these men in the comments that are just like, tits, yes! They aren't like thinking for 1 second, like, oh, this person's probably not from Wisconsin.
Yeah. She's probably not just like a local who by the way has no other social media presence.
Right.
Like I looked at one of them specifically, and she did have a social, like a Instagram, but she wasn't selling anything. She wasn't like collabing with a brand. She had hundreds of thousands of followers, and probably did a bunch of those dudes, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
But wasn't utilizing that to like do anything for herself financially.
Right.
And I was like, what do you think is going on here?
No.
This like 24-year-old girl is just posting pro-Trump content for fucking at nothing with her friends. No other squad she wants to hang out with. Nothing at all. She's not real.
Obviously.
I'm sorry.
People, oh my God, it's crazy. But anyway, they tracked down one of the women who is a German fashion influencer, and they asked her, they were like, what do you think of this? And she goes, to be honest, I was like, what the fuck? I'm doing a French accent, but yeah. But that was it. She was just like, then she goes, that was my reaction because I have nothing to do with the United States, with Trump, the politics over there. I go, what the hell do I don't know anything. I don't care about U.S. politics.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She's like, we got our own shit to handle over here.
Yeah, right? So
That's
anyway,
wild.
that's kind of been crazy. It should be said, because we have to say that there is absolutely no link to say that Trump or his campaign or is involved in any way, shape, or form.
No, it's probably Russia.
Yeah, it was 100%.
Literally.
Yeah, no, I think so.
Have you been following that? The podcasts that have been sponsored by Russia?
No.
Oh my God. There's all these lawsuits right now. Tim Pool specifically.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. I know that guy.
Yeah.
He has like a fucking hat on all the
Yeah.
time for
He's
some
always wearing
reason.
a
Why
hat
is he always wearing
because of
a
Russia.
god-
Putin says, put the hat on.
He is wearing a wool hat in July.
That's suspicious.
Like, why is he doing that?
That is suspicious.
Why is he always wearing a wool hat?
Because he's hiding himself from Russia. Anyway, he is undergoing a pretty serious lawsuit right now with the fucking DOJ.
Oh, fuck.
And they came in and they were like, hey, you're being paid by Russian authority, like the government in Russia, to promote stuff that would destabilize the United States government.
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
Okay.
like a really serious charge. Really serious.
Yeah.
And his whole response was like, we had no idea that was what that donor, like the person buying with the fucking Patreon, was. And they go, really? That's what we're going to go? That's your defense, is you didn't think the person sending you hundreds of thousands of dollars for your content was for, like, it's a popular channel, but it's not that popular.
It's pretty popular.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars?
It's very popular.
People were running the numbers and they were like, you should make money.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
However, like, let's be fucking for real.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
Where do you think this money was coming from? So we'll see how the case goes on. There'll definitely be more about this right now. And apparently the DOJ is looking into a whole bunch of other groups as well for just being funded by Russia in order to come into the United States and just sow chaos and destabilize, which is kind of
Damn.
fucked up. Like, we can say what we want over here. That's literally the point of America. But I don't love the idea of Russia like paying you to say what they want.
No, it's really
without at least
weird.
disclosing that that's what's going on.
Yeah. I mean, I have seen on TikTok anyway, it'll be like paid for by Russia or something like that at the
In
bottom.
that case, I'm like, weirdly, I'm fine with that then.
Yeah,
I
because
don't
like,
love it, but I'm like, all right.
it's really weird, but like, I mean, when I saw that, I was like, oh my God, I am at the end of TikTok. I need to.
Yeah, you really got to the end. They were like, we have nothing else to give you. You want some Russia stuff? We got through every baby, which is amazing that you did that.
Every baby in the United States you've seen. Seen. I'm trying to work on a new bit about this, but nobody fucking cares. I think they're just more concerned for me. But I literally cannot sit through a day in the life of a newborn baby. TikTok.
Oh no,
A
you're fucked.
TikTok. It'll be like
You're fucked.
It'll be like, here is a 1-minute video about the day in the life of my 2-day-old baby. I'm about to have one of those, and I'm like, oh my God, who has the fucking time? Literally, I cannot.
You do, because you're gonna have to. And also day 3, and also day 4.
All the way up.
All of them.
I mean, ideally, until I die, I'm gonna know this person.
That's big.
Ideally,
that's pretty crazy.
Knock on wood. So anyway, but the point is that when you see that, it does kind of pique my curiosity. Now I'm like, now I have to watch this.
No,
what
does
bullshit?
Putin want me to see?
What does he want me to see?
What is that
and
little guy
why?
thinking about?
But I told you so long ago that I've got so much pro-Putin shit, which is so fucking funny.
It's so funny.
Those ones didn't.
They're
say
like, that's why you
paid
know
for.
so much about Tim Pool. I did not know about Tim Pool, but Putin was like, you're gonna love this guy.
No,
and you were just like, no, I don't like him. He wears a wool hat.
I actually knew him from years ago. He would come up. I think that was back when I was on Twitter. He's a really big Twitter.
Oh,
So
yeah. I mean, that's how I've seen a lot of the story about him.
Yeah, I've seen all of his stuff on Twitter, but
was
since
so-
Twitter, I haven't really seen him. Sometimes he's on CNN and stuff too. I think
It was very funny.
battling.
He was so at first when it came out, he was really talking shit. He was like, "This is bullshit," blah blah blah, and then it got real quiet, and you were like, "Oh no, man, just got a lawyer."
Yeah,
And the lawyer was like, "Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up
Dude.
right now!"
You don't want to go up against the DOJ.
No, I mean you're cooked. Goodbye.
And even if you're not guilty of something, this is my conspiracy theory, but I'm sort of even if you're not guilty of something, if they want you gone, you're fucking gone.
You're gone.
You're gone.
The other thing that has just happened, DOJ has been shown up to work recently, got an Adderall subscription or something like that. I don't know what's up with them. They found a Chinese spy in the New York office.
That's what's been going on.
Yeah.
Okay, I saw a TikTok about that because I don't read any articles. I just see TikToks. I saw a TikTok.
Ironically, I get all my information off Twitter.
Yeah.
Which is really weird, but anyway.
But anyway, this guy was saying, he was like, there's something crazy going on in New York right now. They raided all these homes, and then they subpoenaed Eric Adams, which means that he has to testify probably against somebody or whatever.
Yeah, there was a certified Chinese spy working in the mayor's department.
Oh my
bitch,
God.
why? What?
Damn.
Central Park? You want to keep an eye on that? I'm very curious to hear what the purpose was, if we can figure that out. Not going to help
I
our
don't
relationship
know.
with China, I'll tell you that.
There was also a terrorist attack that was stopped recently.
Oh.
Yeah, I sent this to you. I don't know if you saw it. I know it's supposed to be on New York, specifically on synagogues and stuff. So we wouldn't have been there, but we wouldn't have been there, but but yeah, it's that'd be so funny. I'm I'm going to convert. That actually would not be funny at all.
Get in the mix.
Speaking of censorship, spiciness, all this shit, our boy now ripped. Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, what the fuck?
He's ripped and shredded and low-key hot. He must be taking something peptides or something.
There's absolutely no way
NADs.
he's not. I think what he's taking is not showing up to fucking work anymore.
Oh, good for him.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have you been on Facebook? It's a shit show.
Yeah, but Instagram's okay.
It's not great.
He owns Instagram.
But point being, I think that man is just relaxing with his hot wife, and he made that statue of her.
I
Loved the statue.
love that he has a statue of her. I
kind of love their relationship. Why
Me
am I
too.
pro Mark Zuckerberg now? He has done so many awful things for this country.
and he's definitely a sociopath.
Absolutely, but I'm he posts 3 pictures of him with some abs, and then is I love my wife, and I'm this is a good guy.
Yeah, and I'm I agree.
It's a good man.
Totally. So but anyway, the Zuck, as we like to call him here on RBN, he says that he regrets that Meta bowed down to the Biden admin when they pressured him to censor content, saying in a letter that the interference was wrong and he plans to push back if it happens again. I do think it is very un-American of a presidential administration to be getting involved in censorship. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With that said, I will say that some of them were about how senior administration officials leaned on the company to censor certain posts about COVID-19, including humor and satire, and expressed a lot of frustration when the social media platform resisted. Which, like, it's like, okay, obviously that was like a really unprecedented time. They didn't know how to handle that. But still, I think so. It is a kind of a tricky one.
Anything related to COVID-19, I kind of give not a pass, but I'm like, I feel like that was a learning experience for all of us.
Yeah,
and
it was weird.
It was weird. No one knew what to do. I like to think that the government would do a better job on the next run.
I have no faith in anything.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
and also like it's the fresh people, so who knows? Who knows?
Right.
But social media companies, like, I don't want to fucking hear it out of them because they're causing mischief everywhere they go.
It's definitely hard. I think like especially like the including humor and satire. I mean, they're fucking right about this, but I will say it just shows you how little faith the government has in the intelligence of the American people.
However, agreed. We're dumb as fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're dumb as fuck.
No, as somebody who like is in front of a lot of audiences
My
around
God.
this country, wow.
And you'd like to think that people showing up to a comedy show are generally like the smarter.
Why
of
would
their
you
crew.
think that?
There's some people out there that are like, whoa,
Yeah, it's true.
like barely functioning.
That's
you know,
true.
they're not coming to a comedy show, or when they do, you're like, well, I've noticed.
Yeah, yeah.
I could tell you're here because you have no idea what's going on.
That's completely true. So the other thing too is that Zuckerberg also expressed regret for Meta's downplaying of content related to coverage by the New York Post about Hunter Biden ahead of the 2020 election. And it was because the FBI was warning them that it was rooted in Russian disinformation. And it's since been made clear that the reporting was not Russian disinformation. And in retrospect, we should not have demoted the story, he said.
Well, I'm glad you said that. Interesting timing right now on saying it now, but maybe he thinks that that's going to like reverse it or something like that, like get his karma back.
I don't know.
And I will say it's annoying because Russia definitely is spreading misinformation, but now you can kind of point at anything and call it Russian misinformation.
Right.
Which
right.
is annoying, you know?
Yeah. So, speaking of Hunter Biden, actually, let's just move forward to this one.
Yeah.
Hunter Biden, he pled guilty to federal tax charges in a surprise move on the brink of trial. So he already was found guilty earlier this year of 3 gun charges, if you remember. So, that actually he faces 25 years in prison and a fine of up to $750,000.
Wow.
So that's for the gun charges. And then for the tax charges, now he also is facing 17 years in prison for his crimes, including tax evasion, filing fraudulent tax returns, and failing to pay taxes. Why would you just not pay your taxes?
You're Hunter Biden.
You're Hunter Biden.
Your dad's been a politician your whole life. How did you think this was going to go down?
He's like an adult man that needs a babysitter.
I mean, maybe he needs a little sit in jail.
Maybe.
Shake it out.
Anyway, and then he also has a hefty fine that is perhaps as much as $1.3 million. It should also be said that the judge on his case, District Judge Mark Scarsey, was a Trump-appointed judge.
Interesting.
So that probably isn't good. And like definitely not good for him. And then
Yeah, that doesn't help. But that also, that's fucked up.
yeah,
I know we all know that, but like it shouldn't matter where the
it should
the
be
devil
completely
himself
objective.
appointed the judge, you know?
Right. Anyway, Joe Biden has said over and over again that he will not pardon his son and that he, believes the judiciary process
Will do its job.
Will run its course and he should face consequences if they so see that fit.
Okay. Well,
So, yeah, I mean,
wow.
it's really
that's going to
kind
be a
of
movie.
Serious. Definitely should be a movie.
That's a Succession plot line right
the
there.
hookers, the fucking crack.
Also, Hunter Biden sounds fun.
He does.
Sounds like a fun guy.
He's unhinged, man.
I mean, he sounds like him and RFK would be like buds.
He's just not paying taxes,
No.
dude. It's like insane.
He would be hunting buddies with RFK for sure.
He also fucked his dead brother's wife. Do you know about this?
I did not know about that.
Yeah, they had like a relationship, and then he got super into crack, and then he got her into crack.
Oh, wow.
Yes, it is a fucking film.
Okay, that's got to be a movie. We should start writing it.
Unbelievable.
Wow. I'd watch the shit out of that.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy also. Like, people always talk about, like, the Kennedy curse and whatever, but, like, the Bidens really seem to have a curse on them, too.
Yeah. You hate to hear it.
Yeah.
Too much power, folks. It corrupts. Corrupts the soul. Allegedly.
Oh,
That's why we like
man.
to keep a really low power over here at RBN.
Yeah.
We are good to go.
We have no power.
No power.
None.
It's okay.
And she is actually the mistress, his dead brother's wife,
Mm-hmm.
Hallie Biden, or Hallie Biden. She is supposed to be on trial. She's supposed to be a witness, a star witness.
Oh. There you go.
So that's fucking nuts.
That's pretty crazy.
Okay, also robots now have skin on their fucking faces, dude. So there's
Yeah, why?
new technology
fuck? It's for sex, isn't it?
Oh my god, definitely.
It's 100% for sex.
I can't believe I didn't think of that.
Why would else?
Everything
Who else
is
would be
sex.
clamoring for that?
Everything.
Like, I
is
enjoy having sex with this, but it's all metal.
So here it is. A robot gets a face with
Oh, no.
living skin that allows it to
I did
smile.
not know it was living skin.
It's living skin. I think they like put together some sort of, I don't know,
Like
what the
some
fuck.
tissue. That's
Yeah. So the uncanny feat is a result of new technology using engineered living skin tissue and human-like ligaments to give robots a more natural smile. Ooh. According to Tokyo University researchers who unveiled their work. Bleh. So they're definitely just going to poke a hole in that fucking face and then they're going to stick your dick in it.
that's what's gonna be
The
happening.
face is going to go...
They were like, we really needed more lifelike movements from the mouth out of this.
Also, I'm so
They're like,
fucking...
and get the tongue swirled too. Make sure you get the tongue swirled, Tokyo.
I'm so fucking bad at blowjobs. I'm like, is this anything?
Is this good for you? Is this good for you?
This is good. Wow, that's so fucking true.
That's what it's for.
That's so
God,
funny.
I hate that I love how they write these full articles on NPR.org and not once are they bringing up like the obvious reason this is happening.
100%.
No, it's so that when your butler smiles at you, it's more natural.
Yeah,
Shut
no
the fuck up.
way. I'll tell you what, robots are taking our fucking jobs because men are just going to be
Yeah.
with their VR goggles and their fucking
Can't even be a sex worker anymore.
can't even be a sex worker.
It's ridiculous.
I don't have what
Plan-
it takes, but other women
Plan
can't be
B.
sex workers.
Plan B is out the window. If you're going to give it all that shit, you need to give it cellulite as well and pimples.
That would be wicked funny if you just had like a robot butler in your house, but it has a crazy cellulite, so you're not insecure. And I'm like, Mark's not gonna fuck my robot. I have made sure it was like really old and has tons of wrinkles and crazy.
It's
cellulite.
not his type. It's not his type.
It's not his type. He doesn't like blondes. I put a blonde wig on mine.
Perfect.
Great.
That'll be the determinant.
That'll be it.
Otherwise, he would have fucked the robot for sure.
100%. Are you kidding me? I keep telling him, I'm like, I want to get a Manny, and he's like, I feel like that's so weird. He's like, now we're just have a man in my house. I'm like, yes.
Yeah. Well, what? Why is it different?
Yeah.
Why is it different? Gonna have a woman in your house?
No, we're gonna have a man in our house
Yeah, I love that.
for sure.
Get a they them.
Yeah, I'll get a they them. Then we'll both be like, wait, who's fucking this person? I'm like,
Which one
I
of
was
us is
gonna-
supposed to be doing this?
I was gonna fuck the guy, obviously.
Who is responsible for fucking this person?
We just get to the end of the interview. We're like, okay, so do we both fuck you or like?
If we were to hit on you, which one
Yeah.
should be doing it? Just so we're clear.
I just want to make sure I'm doing my end of the bargain. So if I'm supposed to
It's
be
supposed to be advancing the plot,
right,
and I don't know how to do that right now.
I don't know which one. Oh my god. Well, anyway, yeah, we covered a lot of topics. I hope you guys liked it. Like and subscribe, please.
Tell your friends. Tell a billion friends. Open a twin. Put an ad on Tinder telling your people there about RBN. And follow us, Gay Business News at Laura Sogar.
And May_Plannert. I have a tour date in Boston at Nick's Comedy Stop. I believe it's the first weekend in April. Or in August. Oh my god, I'm so
Just look at her Instagram.
October. I'm like, oh my god, I swear it's coming up, but it hasn't passed us. It is in October, and check that out. I think it's on the 4th and 5th of October, but yeah, you'll see on my Instagram. I'll be heavily promoting promoting that. I also have a special coming out called Who Is She?
Oh, you finalized it.
So
Yay.
it's called May Planner Who Is She? And that will be fucking everywhere on my feed and be really annoying. So
Enjoy that.
enjoy that as well.
All right, we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.